Best Buy Company has been one of the large brick and mortar stores since about the late 1980s. As they initially became into the technology based from their initial upcoming from being in a music store. And from all that time, they've had to evolve to continue to keep up with times. And with this comes to the main points that are being covered are the overarching challenges, the perceived obstacles, and small steps, small win opportunities. With the overarching challenges, there becomes the true profitability, the embracing change, the focus on capital stewardship, the rising margin, the growing online sales, and physical store value and acquisition. With the perceived obstacles, it'll go into what are the obstacles that are perceived and be listed and discussed. With the small steps, small wins opportunities, we'll go over the points that can help deal with the challenges and obstacles. The following will go over the changes that Best Buy is facing. The challenges are some of the issues that led to the turnaround strategy. And with these changes, Best Buy will have to continue to adapt to remain on top. The first is the true profitability. One challenge that Best Buy faces is the perception of how well they are doing. It's difficult to filter through the data that's showcased on how well Best Buy is doing. Investors only analyze the report. Net income might make the resurgence of Best Buy look like it's ended, where in fact it's actually accruing and doing better due to some loopholes, as stated by Trainer. Finding ways to give the information out easier towards investors is a challenge that Best Buy will need to adjust for, as shown in the graph where they are gaining more from their cash flow and spending less. Embracing change is the next section. Best Buy must embrace the things that are changing again. Best Buy has constantly altered how it has operated, going all the way back to when they were Sound of Music. In order to compete with companies like Amazon, they'll need to alter their methods again. And this can be dangerous and could lead to bankruptcy if they choose the wrong path. But so far, they're doing well, but they need to continue on that path. Next is the focus on capital stewardship. Best Buy has had to adjust how it has invested. This makes the worth of its invested capital higher. Best Buy was losing on its invested capital and needed to adjust where they were investing. Their strategy has changed. Their invested capital for the better. In the future, they'll need to constantly monitor where they have been investing their capital to ensure that the return to downward trend from 2012 to 2018. Best Buy's invested capital, the amount of cash invested in the company, has fallen from $15.6 billion in fiscal 2012 prior to the Renew Blue campaign to $7.7 billion in fiscal 2018 as per Trainer 2021. This shows how well Best Buy has been doing. Their return on investment has been above the median and doing better than their peers. Rising margins. Best Buy needs to continue in its efforts to translate revenue into profits. Best Buy has been doing well, even with price matching with Amazon. Their revenue has been on the incline. They need to start to shift towards profits, or they'll begin to slip backwards and lead towards their downfall. Maintaining positive gains is good, but if they cannot convert the profits that they're getting, then it's all for nothing. And this is showing, again, how they've been increasing, but it's been such a slow amount that they haven't been able to truly show the positives that they've been gaining. Growing online sales. As you can see, their online sales have been consistently growing, and over the years, and this is great news for them as normally just a brick and mortar store, but they've went from fiscal 2014 where 9% of their revenue was from online sales all the way to 2018 where it's risen to 16% of their revenue. This is a positive that needs to be fostered to increase what Best Buy can accomplish. If they revamp their online applications and marketing, they could continue to gain in this area. If they do not, they could miss out on a growing opportunity and lose more customers to other stores that already have a set-in-stone method that is appealing and easy to use, such as Amazon. Fiscal stores create value. Each store has the point of allowing customers to interact with products. This is an area that Amazon and others like them cannot match. The normal value of the physical stores was in the ability to interact and purchase the product at the same time, get your hands on it, and be able to use it. If the values of the stores increased by gaining more products from other companies, similar to what they deal with Amazon was, this adds a nice spot of marketing certain products. The ability for consumers to interact with the selected products adds value to the companies that want their products to be showcased. Adding value to the store this way can increase the need for the stores and raise their value without maximizing the pros of a store that it could lead to loss, like the direction other brick and mortars have been showing through different times. So maintaining the value, increasing the value, getting the most out of having the actual physical stores and marketing towards that is something they need to be aware of and need to continue to do. Store acquisition value. The positives that can be gained from acquisition value raises awareness of other companies. By having the option to be acquired from other companies and showing that it has a worth is a good chance to be able to get a large amount of profit very quickly and upfront. If Best Buy continues to have options and shows other companies the value of being acquired by them, it has another option for them for a return investment on their business in general. And then also being acquired doesn't necessarily mean an end to their career with it. It could just mean a bolster in sales, a bolster in how it looks like, as shown here with if Amazon would acquire them, what would happen to their price from what it currently was. It would skyrocket and thus make them more profitable and better. The negatives, of course, being that depending on who you're acquired by, they could either completely remove you, or it could be detrimental if the person acquiring you had a negative view from the consumers. Perceived obstacles. There are a few obstacles that come with the future of Best Buy. These obstacles can, in some cases, be dealt with, and others more of an understanding. Each of these has an effect that could harm the company. Each will be brought up and explained. Insider trading could increase if shares continue to rise. Insider trading, in this case, just like it's saying, is an issue where the company could have the gains that could affect the buyers. This could be dealt with by keeping a close eye on all the information that's being given out about the company and its reports and stuff as not to be given or be gained from vision outside. This also could be a potential of it not really affecting so much the operations of the company at all, but it's still a negative that you want to keep under wraps, as insider trading always can lead to more negatives, or viewing the company as negative, as others might consider them to be the cause for the information getting out. Executive compensation plan could be better. The current plan for the executives is not optimal. It does not have any coincidence with the stockholder value. This allows the executives to not have as much of a value upon what happens with things that would affect the stockholder value. By tying the bonus of the executives with the stockholder price, that would focus them on more things that would motivate them to make it so positive results would happen as a company-wide rather than areas that would more so just affect themselves. Too much investment in physical stores could fail. The investment in brick and mortar stores could not continue to have good results. In that event, it would create a large desperation in the monetary value and possibly lead to bankruptcy. If the sales for the specific, if having the stores ends up badly, it could affect very badly. So to be able to maintain the positives of these stores and make sure to get that out, whether it's through marketing or through giving your products on the map with different companies, is a necessity. And then the other negative that could occur is another thing such as the pandemic that could prevent your stores from even being operational and get the maximum value out of them. In a similar fashion to the last point, the focus on smart homes could not work out. The sales for smart homes could falter or be purchased through online stores instead of Best Buy. If the sales for the specific section do not work, it could have another drastically bad impact on the financials for Best Buy. With revamping the new stores with this feature, it could send them back towards bankruptcy if it does not pan out. The option to sell to either Amazon or Google could be a positive or a negative. The positive is that worth of the stores would climb like would happen with Whole Foods. This would be a physical store that has all the options that either Google or Amazon could bring, which would make it even more usable and make the store's value as in general be almost doubled, because it could also be the store where you go in, test the products, use the products, buy the products, repair the products, and the back end of the store not only could warehouse hold the stuff for within the store, but also would be another warehouse to get products out to the area that it resides. The negative would be being forced to opt into a new way of the parent company. The final obstacle is a consistent shareholder value decrease. This is how the value of the company is labeled. If the value continues to be low, then it shows that the company is not worth investing in it. By continually making more improvements, Best Buy shareholders' value could increase. If it remains low, that could show the trend that it's not going to be worth investing in. And without it being able to be invested in, there's no growth. It also lowers the amount of investments the company it would look at and not yield the positive results. Small steps, small wins, and opportunities. The first thing needed to do is the executive bonus with the stockholder value, to tie them together. This is showing the leadership would be forced to doing things that benefit the company. It would also inspire them to bring a unified method of bringing about the best effort of others. They'll show their efforts to bolster the rest of the company. And this is to try to make positive changes from the top down. So then as everyone below them sees the effort they're putting in, and not just through words, actually through actions, then will inspire them to do the same. The next step is to look to the future by gaining more partnership with Amazon. Amazon is a leading online store that can have immense positives to be gained by working with them. These could be from housing products to having a physical display, test, and returns for the products. This more to the stores can be used as both a physical place for items and double as a storage warehouse for the products, also for deliveries. And by adapting with Amazon rather than being acquired by Amazon, it makes it so that the unification of Best Buy is still the same. It's just gaining more positives with being in a partnership. The final point to be used is to bring more possibilities for the future. It'd be useful from the positives from the past that you take into consideration. Take the qualities that made Best Buy successful and incorporate it with the prospects. Realizing you cannot remain the same is okay if what made the company stand out remains. This can't be seen with the development like the Smart House focus. Best Buy was known a lot for its technology focus, and why not bring that into the new methods being used in technology? Using things like the Smart House and the other IoT devices is a great way to be able to continue into the future and bring new things and remain as a tech-focused company. And in conclusion, the steps to take to ensure the best results of profit seems to be rooted in leadership. If the leadership from the top to the bottom encourages and unites the company, then it can transition smoother. It can also open up more options and bring more things that might not have been noticed initially, as more people are wanting to actually dive in and bring their ideas as they feel like the culture is being nourished more so. And thanks for watching.